Hello, people. It's your Usmaan back again with another Rival Fan podcast. As always, make sure you get your comments and drop a like and subscribe to the channel. As you can see by the title, the feature game this weekend, of course, is the Manchester Derby. And the other feature game is a huge 6 points at the bottom of the table between Arsenal and Burnley. Right, so we're going to go through all the results and well, I said the results. There's one result that everyone wants to discuss. Of course, Manchester United are no longer in the Champions League. You know, we're back to where we belong. Us, you know, I would personally say, you know, in the Europa League, dead team, dead competition, and they go hand in hand. But listen, let me just introduce the guest first and foremost. My co-host for the Thursday shows. I'm happy he's here because he can, you know, take a bit of the banter as well. And it's not all just me in it. Kojo, what are you saying? G, what are you saying?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. How you did?
I'm not too bad. Not too bad. On the wrong side of Manchester, we have Alejandro with the biscuits. How you doing, bro?
Happy that the derby's coming. You know.
Okay.
Because I know on Monday I'm going to be happier. So.
Okay. On Monday I'm going to be ill. Anyways, and the blue side of London, the only colour to represent London, the rest of the team, of course, are small. We've got Daniel from Eyes on the Ball. What you say, G?
Good still. I'm good. Kish knows there's only one colour that represents London, if we're being honest. But hey.
Listen, and on the smaller side of North London, the white team in Spurs is Kish. Kish, what you saying, G?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Premier League elect incoming. Do you know what I mean? Couple more months.
I can't wait.
Usmaan, do you see how I like how you structured it. You got the red half, most important half of Manchester on one side, the blue half, of Chelsea, of London on one side, and then the noisy neighbours on the other side.
Intended. Listen, that's what it is, man.
Look,
we've got the pretenders on one side, and we've got the real people on one side. You know what I'm saying? But listen, let's talk about Manchester United first and foremost before we go into the derby. As everyone knows, I've seen the tweets prior to the game. I've seen Daniel tweeting saying we're on RB Leipzig tonight, aren't we? And you know, I've seen everything. And to be quite frankly honest with you, I'm not gonna let Kojo speak first. I'm gonna let the other guy speak first because I know what Kojo thinks.
Thank you.
God, I don't know who should start. No, Alex, we'll let you start. Listen, Man United losing 3-2 RB Leipzig. We needed 1 point from 2 games, but of course, you know, for our small club, it was too much, wasn't it?
It was nice not to see a Man United comeback for once. They've made a lot of it this season.
We tried
yeah.
our best.
I mean, I was thinking it, you know, when the game was happening, I was just checking the score on my phone and I saw the goals go in. But yeah, so glad for RB Leipzig to knock Man United down a peg or two and to humble Solskjaer a bit, make him known that he's a crap manager.
Surely he doesn't look in the mirror and think he's good. To be fair, I'm not surprised. Obviously, you plastic clubs got to stick together, innit? But Daniel, what are your thoughts? You know, Man United back in the Europa League, you know, one step too far in terms of comeback. We almost pulled it back, but let's be real, we didn't really deserve to come back.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, let's forget the game because obviously me and Darren had a nice discussion today and we spoke about it in depth. And basically, I did a lot of reflecting on the Man United situation, and I actually deeped it. Look, do you know the reason why I feel sorry for Oli, and I'm more so focused on your board, your organizational structure and everything and whatnot is because let's look at it like this. Us Man United fans are saying Oli is in charge to take us to where we need to be for the next manager to be in charge. You know, that makes no sense whatsoever when you actually think about it. Like what you basically said, let's take football away from it and let's think about it like this. You said to someone, come in and do this job for me for about 1 week. I can't promise you a full-time job because I've got someone else who's coming in to take your job and take your place, and he's getting the long-term contract, basically. Yeah. And in my eyes, that basically means I have no motivation to really do well in the job because you're sacking me anyway, regardless of my performance. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, personally, for Man United fans to think that Oli is taking you to some place means that your club's already in this kind of disarray. There's no clear vision. There's no clear pattern. It doesn't matter who the manager of a club is, as long as that manager is the guy you're saying you believe will take you forward or win you the league, then that's the guy you get behind, regardless of who it is. the same goes for Frank Lampard, the same goes for Arteta. At least with Arsenal, yes, Arsenal are doing terribly bad, but at least with Arsenal, they've got a manager that they know that they're trying to back. Obviously, granted, he's not really doing that great right now, but it's not like Arteta's warming up the seat for Thierry Henry to come in. It's Ollie's. Fam, if you're going to sack Ollie, sack Ollie. If you're going to back Ollie, back Ollie. It's as simple as. It's not a two-way street. This is what I keep saying, forget the game. Like, the game is actually like a reflection of the wider problem. Like, this idea, Evra said it, and just to close up, Evra said it in an interview before the game. He literally said, the reason why Man United fans, even though we're 3 points behind Chelsea, but the reason why we're complaining is because of the way we are playing. The system is currently go 1-0 down and try and come back. Go 2-0 down and try and come back.
They don't plan to do that.
Of course. But you can see where he's coming from, where he doesn't believe there's a system in place. Of course, they're not planning to go 1-0 down, but at the same time, that's what it comes down to. So yeah, man.
I personally don't agree. Actually, Benji's saying he doesn't agree either. I think there's a bit of it that I do agree with. The bit that you said regarding why is Ollie still there if obviously like the fans are saying if he's warming the seat up for someone else. I think Ollie deserves credit for what he's done in terms of setting the ship. He's done it. I think personally, another manager of elite quality will come in with his squad, with the situation currently as it is, and actually excel at Man United now. Because we've already inherited from Jose Mourinho, the dressing room was very divided. You had like the Sanchez, the Lukaku, or should I say Inter Milan team basically, in one part of the dressing room. And then the other part, you had obviously the guys that are still here that wanted to be here, exclusively Pogba, obviously, as we know now. But the thing was, it was such a divide when Ollie came in, and he's kind of brought the squad together. So he's done that. He's set the ship slightly to an extent. And for me personally, and I know Kojo, I've said this to Kojo already, and you guys might not agree with this, but if we get a proper DM, Pogba, Bruno, and let's just say, as an example, Fernandinho, I know he's not our player, but if we had a DM of that ilk, I generally think that's the best midfield in the league. Our team isn't even that bad. And that's why for me, that's why Ollie isn't the right manager, because on paper, if you actually look at a team, player for player, we've got a lot of talent in that team, but we should be doing way better than we are. Look at the way Bielsa plays. Look at the way Hassan, however you pronounce his name, he plays at Southampton. You're telling me they can't get a better tune out of what Ollie's doing at the moment with our players? Look, I've given Ollie enough chances. I don't agree with, if you don't think he's the man to win you the title, then why is he here? I agree with you saying that, because then that just defeats the whole point. If you don't think he could win the title, he shouldn't be in charge. It's as simple.
But here's the thing with other teams though, like Southampton and Leeds, their managers have set up a system, and they've set up their whole team around this system. The way that Man United works, they just sign random players and then hope a system falls after that. It doesn't work that way. Like at Leeds, they have a proper system. He's bought players, he's molded the team around these players to a system.
For me, there's a combination of issues at Man United, and I do disagree with what Daniel said, because the main similarity of the process is at Barcelona. You've got Ronald Koeman, who's a manager at Barcelona till the end of the season. We all know that Xavi is in line. He's waiting. Once the presidential election's done, Xavi's coming in, and Koeman basically knows he's going to get the sacking or he's going to get let go at the end of the season. At United, it's not like that. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at the beginning, I think any of you guys doubt that when he first signed at United as a manager, that everyone thought till the end of the season to steady the ship and then there'll be a managerial replacement.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the form was that good that once that had happened and you give him the contract, whether it was 2 years or 3 years, I think it was something around that. You then, as a club, you're backing that manager to succeed. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Do I think that he's steadied the ship and he's helped the squad? Yeah, because you're completely right, Usmaan. You had a lot of deadwood in that team. You had a lot of unrest with the players, and Mourinho, to be fair, put them in psychological trauma. Let's be honest. So Ollie's done well in that extent, but then in the areas that I can't justify how he's not helped himself is his press conference. I saw your comment on Twitter. He says that the team doesn't they'll always go for a win. Your team that played, right? You got, as a starting lineup, you've got De Gea, Luke Shaw, Lindelof, Maguire, Matic, Tellers, McTominay, Bissaka, Rashford, Fernandes, Greenwood. The only three attackers I can see are the bottom three. You've got on the bench Henderson. You got Fosu Mensah, Bailly, Pogba, Dan Beek, Igalo, Twanzebe, Lingard, Mata, etc. Why is one of Pogba or Van den Beek not starting? Fair enough with Pogba, right? I understand what's happened, whatever. Yeah. You've mentioned it. But then why does Van den Beek not start? Why does he not start? Because he can do the same job that McTominay or Matic can do, but with creativity. So it makes no sense. And then the other thing that kind of defies the point is in the second half, when you make the changes that you need to make, you score 2 goals within an instant.
We're doing it against West Ham, we're doing it against Southampton, we're doing it against PSG.
It really makes
it's the same pattern.
I've watched Leipzig in these 2 games, right? And no matter what you say, Leipzig aren't a great team.
They can't defend.
No. I can't agree with that.
This is just my opinion. Again, you can
fair enough.
What I'm saying is the 2 games that United have played against them, right? I've not seen anything from Leipzig when I've been. Again, don't get me wrong. United were ridiculous. That was probably the best game they played this season when they battered them 5-0 or 5-1. Yeah, point granted. However, in that second half, that just shows to me that if he showed a bit more attacking threat and brought on Van den Beek to start, someone like that, or Pogba, then it would, for me, I couldn't have seen anything other than a Man United win in this game. I genuinely can't, because you can't say to me that second half was a fluke, because it's just silly management. So that's where I don't respect Ollie, because a lot of the times he's putting himself in these situations where he doesn't need to be. Do you know what I mean? So that's where I disagree on, to be fair.
Just quickly, can I respond just before Kojo goes? 2 things. One, the Leipzig point. The reason why this, Leipzig, come on, Leipzig are a very good team. They're probably top three sides in the Bundesliga. They beat you home and away. You're a Champions League finalist, and they beat you home and away last season to knock you out.
What I'm saying is they're a good team, but would you say that they're the way? Listen, these 2 games, Man United have beaten them 5-0, 5-1, and lost 3-2.
Was that game? Usmaan will tell you that game wasn't a 5-0. If we're honest, was that game really a 5-0?
I guess
it probably wasn't a 5-0.
No. On the balance of play,
What I'm saying is, listen, I'm not saying that they're not a good team. They are a good team. They're like a Sevilla type of team, in my opinion, right? But would you say that they're elite level? Would you say that they're top?
It's not elite level, but Man United aren't elite level either.
Let's bring Kojo in, because I know Kojo's going to agree with me here, right? If Ollie showed any pair of cojones, yeah, we would have been comfortably through, because they can't defend. They didn't have Upamecano as well, right? The defense is really shit. Like, generally, I'm not even just saying that. Fair play to them. I hope they do well and stuff. Going forward, they're a good team, and I'm not denying that. But defensively, they are woeful. They're really
By the way, Van de Beek, whoever's saying that, it's your brother, isn't it?
Yeah, you pronounced your name
Van de Beek,
so wrong. You said Van de Beek or something.
Yeah.
I was laughing to that. But, yeah, just Kojo that, look, of course, we're going to talk about the Manchester derby, but we have to obviously acknowledge this game, because it's kind of advantage Manchester City. Because if we played the way we played against Southampton, right? Just for you guys, so you know, Southampton, West Ham, PSG, and RB Leipzig, all 4 of those games, we practically won the second half. The first half we battered in every single game. Won the second half because he's had to go attacking. Okay, granted against PSG, we drew that 1-1 because, in fact, we lost that one actually because Barcelona missed about 3 1-on-1s. But in the general scheme of the games, first half we've been woeful, second half we've been brilliant. Like, Kojo, come on, man, this is playing Ollie's. It's got to be Ollie's tactics, isn't it?
Of course it is. How do you guys listen? They conceded 3 goals against Istanbul. They conceded 3 goals against Bayern Munich. They concede goals every damn week in the Bundesliga. They're not great defensively, and they went into this game even without Upamecano, and they were conceding goals with Upamecano in that defense. So you had the chance to attack him, and he bottled it. It's as simple as it gets. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear Ole this, Ole. Listen, he bottled the game. No, simple as that. This is not taking anything away from Leipzig. On the day, Leipzig were better than United. End of. That's how it goes for me. So it's not trying to take anything away from Leipzig, but everyone knows that you don't go against a team that's so good going forward and it's going to sit back in a game that you need. I don't care if you need a point. You go to win the game. With City. Yeah. I've been feeling like that since I saw the lineup. Yeah, I've been feeling that since I saw the lineup. My face ain't changed really. Listen, imagine Alex. Imagine City need to go and get a point. Yeah, and you see Fernandinho. Basically, let's say like this: you got a whole list of defenders and defensive players.
Don't use Pep because in the Champions
League. No. But what? Of course, I know what you mean. But I'm saying like with all with all their attacking quality,
makes sense.
imagine the only players they had on the pitch that day were Gabriel
De Bruyne.
Jesus, De Bruyne, and Sterling. If it was just those three and the rest were just defensive players, you'd be like, what the hell is he going for? Like, you can't just depend on 3 players. The beauty of football is you need to have more than just one creator on the pitch. Someone tried to tell me Bruno Telles and Wan-Bissaka.
I was arguing with Prime saying Telles is offering this counter attack. Telles, apparently.
What has Wan-Bissaka created for United? Tell me. I've only seen 1 assist. I can only think of one when he crossed it against Chelsea.
Okay, no, but Kojo, Usmaan, question to you guys then, because for me, what I was trying to basically say, I didn't get to quickly respond to what Kish and you guys were saying in terms of the disagreeing thing. But the reason why I don't believe in the mindset of bring a manager to get harmony back and then bring the next manager to win the title is because that's what a manager does. It's all in one.
That's what Spurs have done with Poch and Jose.
What do you mean?
Poch has laid the foundations down, and Jose.
No, but when they hired Poch, Poch wasn't.
Yeah, I get that.
No, it's completely
that's my point.
I disagree with that. No, it's completely different style.
Yeah.
Ollie's not winning the title, man. You were telling
I agree. I agree. I'm saying
the board's fault.
It shouldn't be exactly. That's my point.
But Daniel, do you know where Man United effed up was? They when I said he's the caretaker manager and he's going to be there to the end of the season and then in the summer.
That is the problem. That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Oh yeah, trust me.
Yeah.
We know they're the problem.
Yeah, exactly. I'm saying only tactics, of course, we know that. But I'm saying
we know they're the problem.
In the fact that the board have said this guy's only in charge for 1 year, but then they kept him on, and now
bro, do you know why I don't talk? The reason why I don't talk about the board too tough is because the thing about United fans is we can moan about it all we want, yeah. But
they're not moving.
They're not going anywhere, and 2, they've been doing this from day one anyway. So like, I know the problem is them, but I'm not gonna waste my energy knowing that problem won't be fixed because 100%. the only people that can fix that problem is them, and they refuse to do so. People have tried to buy the club, they won't do it. They keep talking about director of football every year. We're still looking for that director of football. Like, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day...
It is, Coach, as well. The saddest thing is I spoke to Usmaan about this pre-season, and I said, do you know what the difference is at the moment between Tottenham and United? I said that previously. I said, Tottenham are 3 to 4 signings away for challenging for the top 4. United are 3 to 4 signings away from challenging for the league. That was literally...
I still believe that. I still believe that.
And that tells you where United are. You know what I mean? It's still... They're not... United still aren't very far. It's literally these few signings.
It's 2 players. It's 2 players and a quality.
They should be able to win it with the team they've got.
Yeah, if we have...
Thank you.
If Klopp's our manager, just say we signed Kante in it, because I know Chelsea had a bit of we might sell Kante. I know you didn't want him to leave, Daniel. I don't know why he was even potentially going to leave. But hypothetically speaking, if we signed Kante, and we signed a right winger, let's just say Ziyech for the sake of it, because a normal club who needs a right winger would have went for Ziyech, who's only 25, 30 million. But obviously, our club hasn't got any common sense out there. But that aside, if we signed them 2 players, what's to say we can't win the league with the team we've got? Like, generally, with a proper manager, like, okay, the defense is a bit woeful, but there's Pogba,
Partey was there,
and
Partey
Bruno.
was there.
Yeah, but Pogba, Van de Beek, and Bruno as midfield options with a proper specialist DM like Kante behind him. Bro, you can't tell me that's one of the best in the league comfortably. Like, and then you got Rashford, Martial, and that they're not consistent. But the amount of chances that they'll get with that amount of quality behind them, they'll score 2 in 5. So you won't even look at it. Like, because look at Pat Schweizer's record for Belgium. The guy misses bare chances, but he's got about 27 goals in like 34 games or something stupid. So like, obviously for Belgium, you get shitloads of chances. That's what it would have been at Man United. But look, 2 signings away. Daniel, just answer your question. Let's get into the derby. But we know the board's the issue. As Cole just said perfectly, they're never gonna leave. So we don't even waste our energy on the board. In an ideal world, Ed Woodward would be nowhere near the club, or potentially in sponsorships only. But he's the main culprit at the end of the day. 7 years under his tenure and 7 years of absolute failure. But Alex, let's talk about Manchester derby. You know, prior to RB Leipzig's game, I've got to be honest, I was a bit indifferent about the derby because we've beaten you the last 3 times, weirdly enough. But I've got to say, with the way we are defending at the moment in the first half, I would not be surprised if we're losing 3-0 at half time. So, Alex, what are your thoughts going into this derby?
I think we'll win the first half, but I'm not sure about the second half.
1-0 to a second half, 3-0 to you first half, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I can't predict it. I mean, the last 4 times we've played you, we've only won 3 of them, and we've lost 3. No, we've only won 1 of them. We've lost 3 of them.
You won 1 and lost 3.
Yeah. That says it all. Like when we play you, it's just
not to make excuses, but Phil Jones was playing that day. Just throwing it out there. Hence why we lost.
When you lost?
Why is he still here as well?
Yeah, Phil Jones was playing that day.
Who's gonna buy him though? No one wants to buy him.
You know when they signed him. When we signed Aguero. He signed for you. That's all I'm going to put out.
And look who's laughing now.
He won the league in his first year though, so that don't sound too bad. I guess.
Fergie said he's going to be future England captain. Just say it.
Fergie said Duncan Edwards, brother. That's like.
People lie, man. People lie.
Smalling's going to be Maldini when he goes to Roma. Like that's the level of delusion that is. But listen, Kish, what are your thoughts? Manchester derby, you know. To be fair for you guys in the title race, a draw is probably a good result for you, like really. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
To be fair though, with City, they're coming into form at the right time since the Tottenham game. I know the fixtures have been fairly good to them, but they've got goals in the bucket load. It was 2-0 against Fulham, 5-0 against Burnley. Could have been about 7-8-0 that one. It could have been a cricket score, and then 3-0 against Marseille last night. They've got gold in that team. We always knew that they will. Everyone said, "Oh, they're 14th, 15th in the league," you know, taking the pick out of them. But we always knew that they were going to go on a run, and I still see them being the closest to challenging for the league. You know, I can't deny that. So, but the problem is, this game's interesting because City will have the majority of the ball. And United will play on the counter, and that's literally this United team is made for counter-attacking football. If you play the front 3 that you did last season, that tormented defenses on the counter, this game is perfect. However, it's that defense that is literally
our fullbacks are getting rinsed.
I was thinking about that.
Actually, no,
but I think defensively it will be interesting.
Last season, though, what do you call him? Old Crystal Palace fullback.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka had Sterling in his pocket last season in one of the games, and that surprised me. He's a very good defender. So if there's one worry for me, it's probably that Sterling will be not ready for it. But hopefully he is.
Very hit and miss, though. Do you not think he's very you don't know what you're going to get from Sterling? One game he'll play absolutely unbelievable.
Very inconsistent. He's very consistent.
Yeah.
Oh, Alex. Actually, I said it on Monday's show, and I'll say it again because he was like, Alex won't be happy with that. I said that Rashford's got a higher ceiling than Sterling. With a proper coach, i.e. Pep, Rashford would be a better player than Sterling.
What are you on about? Are you listening to yourself?
No, I'm being serious. I look at Sterling like that.
Are you listening to yourself?
That is dribble.
No, because when Sterling remember Sterling at Liverpool, right? He was very inconsistent. He was good, don't get me wrong, obviously he did cause damage in that. But Pep completely elevated his game, man, because of his IQ. Pep increased his IQ. Do you know what I mean? The amount of tapping Sterling scored since he went to Man City. People call him a tapping merchant, but that's because of movement, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess he hasn't had a proper attacking coach, has he, Rashford?
Well, to be fair, Solskjaer is attacking coach.
I disagree with that, to be honest.
I just think with a proper coach, I think Sterling.
I think Rashford has more to his game than what Sterling has. I think.
Yeah, but Rashford's a striker and Sterling's a winger.
Rashford is not a striker.
Rashford is not a winger. He's not a winger. He's not a winger.
Because he came up as a number 10, so I don't know why he's doing left wing striker, bro. This is why it baffles me. I don't know what the guy's doing.
He's more of a striker than he is a winger, in my opinion.
No, he's more of a winger for me. He's more of a winger for me.
I've seen in my life.
For me, anyway.
He's a left forward, isn't it? He's basically.
Yeah. He's a left forward.
I love how you share that tweet though about Neymar saying that this is what Rashford needs to be like.
Bro, that's what I expect from him.
You know what I mean? Huh?
Yeah, but you got people are talking like Rashford's elite and giving him all this props and stuff. Neymar's elite, obviously world class, but that's what Hazard used to do. What Hazard used to do, right?
Wait, Alex.
I said it. You heard me. I think.
They said that. What? You say Neymar? Neymar is a what?
Overrated.
What?
No. Wait, hold on. Let him say this.
No.
But
say this properly. Did you say Neymar isn't world class?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my.
No. Right, because think about all the players in that PSG team. Think about all the stuff they haven't done. That's all I'm going to put it out. He's playing alongside Mbappe and he still hasn't won a championship.
No. Alex, I can't do this. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. Neymar's clear. Neymar's clear.
I can understand why a lot of people, but like, I don't know. Maybe
would you have Man City
against him? I just hate that the fact that he showboats in Liga. I think he really needs to get a good kick.
That doesn't mean anything.
He's already stepped up. He's already stepped up La Liga and won Champions League. What do you want to do?
Yeah, it's true. But he was playing alongside Messi and Suarez.
So you could say Pep can't win a Champions League without Messi.
You could.
Listen, we've got completely.
Neymar isn't.
No, we got go. Oh, I don't agree with that.
No, this is the right topic. This is the right topic.
This is Alex, name 5 players better than Neymar, apart from Messi and Ronaldo. Name the 5 players better than Neymar.
Mbappe.
Okay.
He's not better than Neymar for me.
He is.
Let him go.
You can have that one.
I'd say Hazard.
Hazard?
Hazard.
And I'm the one saying it. De Bruyne. Oh my days.
De Bruyne.
Harry Kane.
You said De Bruyne.
Oh, now you're taking
Harry Kane.
No, but did you say De Bruyne?
I'd say even Son's better than Neymar. If you put Son in that PSG team, he's doing more. He's doing more for that PSG team than Neymar is. And I'm not even lying. Neymar's not a team player. Football's a team sport. That's all I'm going to say.
I got tears. I'm upset. I'm actually upset. I got tears. You're going to make me cry.
I don't know.
No.
Bro,
You're gonna make me cry.
Neymar Barcelona was a team player, man. I'm not hearing he's not a team player, man.
You seen him live? Do you remember, Usmaan? You went to that.
I've seen him live, and I didn't rate him.
Yeah, but you might.
Yes,
Oh no.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
The Kane comparison, you can't compare them obviously because
they're different players. Different players.
Yeah, but Son.
Alex, would you have him at City?
Why are you thinking about this?
No, I
got Sterling, bro.
So. Yeah, but I don't like him.
He'd come to your club and become captain. He'd take the armband. Take the armband.
Yeah, fair enough. You don't like him, but like you gotta rate him. Like this is what I mean about football fans. Like, know the Pogba thing, right? Some people just hate him, which is fair enough. But then they don't rate his ability, which is baffling to me.
And that's what I tweeted today. Like, how can Chelsea fans saying they wouldn't take Pogba?
Oh my God, Daniel!
Wait, what?
I see Chelsea fans
saying
they don't want Pogba, coach. Can you believe it?
Pogba and Kante together at Chelsea.
That's the best midfield. That's the best midfield. You win the league.
They won a World Cup.
They won the World Cup.
There you go.
And Pogba got man in the match in the final as well.
You put World Cup couple together. Oh, come on.
Look at Neymar's Brazil team. Hasn't done much for Brazil, has he?
Neither has Messi's Argentina.
He won them the Copa. He won them the Copa.
Yeah, he has.
He carried them on his bike.
Nah, it was Gabriel Jesus.
No.
To be honest, though, Neymar has got good moments, but I just don't. I think he's overrated. I think the way that he's not world class. What I was trying to say is people rate him too highly.
Watch the Olympics and watch the Copa, and you see what Neymar basically did.
I swear to God, which Man City get PSG and Neymar just runs riot.
Yeah, no, literally, that would be funny.
Even though he violated us the other week.
We played him a few seasons ago, and we beat them 1-0.
Yeah, but Man United beat you, which means we're better than you, doesn't it? Like, we're shit. So, like, we beat you 3 times last season, right? And it's just a brilliant team. But the thing is, you're still wank as well, because, like, you're not winning Champions League, so it's, got kicked out by Lyon, got kicked out by Spurs.
And Alex is taking this representing Argentina thing too seriously now.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Zabaleta in the back as well.
There's more out. There's another Zabaleta.
No, it's all right.
I was like lining that camera in it just to see how.
Exactly.
Hey, normally it's over there. Normally the guest is over there.
Listen, let's move away from Man City and Man United because obviously it's just a relevant topic. We'll discuss it properly on the preview. Let's just get a score prediction from everybody. Daniel, we'll start with you first. What are your thoughts?
Nah, man, The thing is, I think Man City should win the game, if I'm honest. Look, this is the game. Everyone that has been speaking to me said KDB just needed a run of games against the whipping boys. So he's done it to West Brom, done it to Fulham. So cool. This is the game now. Want KDB to just show himself. And the thing is, I want him to show himself. Like, I like KDB. He's a very, very good player. So, yeah, I expect Man City to win because I do expect Man United to sit deep and try and stifle and play the same tactics they've done in the last 2 games and counter-attack, basically. But I just think Man City or Man United are just not in a good state right now. And there's going to be the temptation from Oli to play guys like Pogba, who has just played well against Leipzig and stuff. So you think Pogba won't start? Fair enough.
No chance. No.
And Van der Beek, if Pogba and Van der Beek don't start,
they're not starting. It's Fred and McTominay, 110%.
Is Fred back or is it 3 games? Oh, no, it's Champions League. It's
Champions League.
He's back. Fred and
Yeah.
McTominay, 110%.
I don't know.
Here
It's
comes the
a
slapping.
tough one, man. It's a tough one, but yeah, I expect Man City to win, man. Even though it's at Old Trafford, I'll say prediction. I would say, I'd say 2-0. 2-0 to be on the safe side. 2-0.
Okay, fair. I'm thinking 3-1 City. Kish, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I think the first goal is going to be so important in this game.
It's not going to be yours, is it? Because we can't go on the first half.
If City score early doors, it could be tragic.
Bro, I think this is going to be Spurs all over again.
I'm going to go for 3-1 City.
Oh.
Sorry, Spurs all over again. You mean
As in making it
Well,
how we lost to Spurs,
again.
basically. As in how we lost to Spurs.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Yeah. Okay.
What is it? I keep missing what he said.
He said, "Is it 2012? Is it 2012 all over again?"
That game was scary. Though. When I was watching that, seeing Saf in that.
Right, it is what it's like. That was under Fergie. That was under Fergie, innit? So it's what it is, innit? But Alex, what's his competition, man?
If City win, 2-1.
Oh wow, okay.
2-1. Okay.
That's a bit tight, isn't it?
Just because I never like it's a derby, innit?
Nate come back, Man United, and so obviously we're going to have you pegged back last 10 minutes. Fair. Kojo, what do you reckon? Score prediction, thoughts?
It's gonna be Fred McTominay. Oh Lord God. Yeah.
Shaw's going to start as well, by the way. Watch. I bet you know many tellers is not starting this game.
If he starts short, I don't know if I can watch the game. You know.
Bro,
I don't know if I can watch the game.
I'm not watching Europa League by the next week.
Goalkeeper wise,
Listen, bro.
or Henderson, who do you think you should start? The 2 goalkeepers.
Oh yeah, because Henderson came out and said that he's told Oli bro, I need to be starting.
He's gonna start the here.
Yeah, of course.
Ollie's heard him, but he's gonna start the here. So.
Yeah, well, what do you reckon, Kojo, score prediction?
Just 3-2 City.
Oh,
I can't see us getting a result, to be honest. After our defensive displays, we got absolutely embarrassed by West Ham. Should have been out. We should have lost that comfortably. Same with Southampton. PSG, to be fair, we threw that game away. RB Leipzig. I still can't believe Forsberg missed that chance. How has he put that wide? I'm just absolutely baffled.
Oh, that would have been 3-0 at half.
Bro, that would have been 3-0 after 30 minutes. But Ollie's still not changed the formation, by the way. Although we get violated. Fucking hell, I don't even know. This could be 4-1 City, to be honest. I won't even be surprised. But just to pretend I am... I'll take that.
Of course you would.
You want to come on, boy! Come on! Brandon McTominay to do it again. Make it Brandon McTominay. Listen, McTominay with that. The slide as well after the open net.
McTominay masterclass incoming.
For real.
You're not beating us at Old Trafford in 2 seasons, so you never know, innit? But listen, let's move on. Because Alex has completely rattled me with that Neymar comment. So let's move on from Man United. Anymore. Let's talk about Everton, Chelsea. Chelsea, everything points to Chelsea victory here, as Everton at the moment are looking shambolic. But Richarlison and co are back. Kojo, we'll start with you first. What are your thoughts?
Well, you know, Everton, James, Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who's slapping goals in as well. Digne's not there, but so much Seamus Coleman's there. So there's quality in there, you know. So it could be a tough game, but Chelsea are going to beat them 3-0.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Right, Alex, what are your thoughts?
I haven't got many thoughts other than both teams playing blue. Probably be a bit of a dull game. To be honest, it's a bit irrelevant compared to the other game in the weekend. But saying that, Chelsea are in form. They shouldn't lose this one. I mean, and if Everton get a win, then Ancelotti can party over Chelsea's grave, can't he? So yeah, I'll back Everton 1-0 for the fun.
Oh, where's that thing?
I mean, we'll definitely score.
Wait,
Yeah,
so we say
it won't be that. It won't be that.
Kids,
won't
what do
be
you
we say
reckon?
is Werner going to miss from 2 yards?
Oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
We're
We said-
gonna, don't worry.
I
Let
think,
everyone get
I
the
think,
stuff
I think
in, so
Everton
we're
are
gonna talk about it.
getting red now. To be honest, I think a lot of opposition teams are starting to know the way they play, particularly with James. I don't think James has done much in recent games. I think teams are starting to work out the pockets, the spaces that he goes towards. I don't see it being an absolute hammer in, but I still think it'll be a 2-1 Chelsea win for me.
All right, Daniel, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I expect us to win. I think in their threats, James has been playing well. I still have been watching Everton, but it's just the production isn't there. So then people aren't seeing the numbers the same as the early season. But the Calvert-Lewin thing as well, I expect Zuma and Thiago Silva to handle the aerial threat. Like, they're very, very competent in the air, and I expect them to dominate him in the air. Yeah, I mean, I expect us to win. I can't even lie to you. Like,
You
I
say
expect
that though, when they played Liverpool and before Van Dijk got injured, he couldn't really handle Calvert-Lewin. That goal that he scored, like he out jumped Van Dijk.
No, Van Dijk went on
Oh,
the
no,
pitch.
Van Dijk was off the
went on
pitch.
pitch.
Van Dijk was off the
It's
pitch.
not like he's played poor defenses and
Van Dijk wasn't on the pitch
No,
when he
but
scored his goal.
Liverpool's
Van Dijk wasn't on
centre
the
backs
pitch in
are
that
dead
goal.
without
Van
Van
Dijk
Dijk.
wasn't
though.
on the pitch. Van Dijk
Yeah.
wasn't on the pitch when he scored.
All right, fair
Yeah,
enough, fair
Joe
enough.
Gomez.
And I could make the argument that Zuma, alongside Zuma, Thiago Silva, Maguire, these are the best headers of the ball. Obviously, that Calvert-Lewin was sticking on Lindelof because he knew he was the weaker one in terms of heading. But when you've got two centre-backs who can comfortably head the ball, I don't think there's one who he will stick on or necessarily get change out of. That's why I believe we'll win comfortably. I think we'll win. I say 3-1. I'll give Calvert-Lewin his goal.
All
We'll
right,
win
fair
3-1.
enough. Fair enough. We got 3-1 to Everton actually in the chat. Yeah. Also, Ali saying,
Wish.
"Where's Moose? I'm out." Moose will be back in a week or so. Obviously, he's a bit stressed about his clash against Burnley, so I'll give him the week off.
4-2 win against Dundalk though today, so.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
huge win. But regarding this game, I think you guys have kind of just completely dismissed Everton. I'm a bit surprised. I'm not gonna lie. Like, don't get me wrong, they're not doing well at the moment. However, they've got quality. Like Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, obviously James as well. They're gonna cause your defense problems. I don't think Chelsea's defense is fantastic, although it has been really good of late. So fair play to Thiago in particular. You know, Wagwan. It's also good to see a black goalkeeper do well. So just shout out to Mendy. So no disrespect to him. But yeah, I personally think Everton might win this. So I'm not gonna lie. I just think Chelsea are gonna come into this game. It's Goodison Park under the lights. Listen, don't underestimate Goodison Park under the lights, my brother. I'm telling you, these ones are going to be up for it. This is a big game for them.
Not with Yerry Mina at the back.
Listen, everyone hates Chelsea, but you got Timo Werner
giant.
in it, so and Abraham, so it kind of balances it out. And I mean, neither can finish.
Who would you
Not that I
start?
can talk
By
without
the way,
strikers.
Pardon?
Giroud or Abraham? Who would you start?
Giroud will start still. Giroud's in form. He's the main man
Hopefully
right now.
But listen, I'm gonna say Everton nick it 2-1. I think it's going to be tight, but I think Everton are going to show more quality than everyone expected. Can we just talk about Timo Werner though before we move on? Because I'm hearing a lot about Martial in it, and rightfully so in it. Fair play. But Timo Werner might have the best compilation of misses I've seen in a while. Should we let you start first because you triple captained him? Of course, he's a quality player. There's no denying that, but he's missing sitter after.
Listen, don't get me wrong there. Don't get me wrong. Listen, me and Dan spoke about this a couple of days ago. I think it was early this week or last week it was. But yeah, I know he's getting the opportunities and he keeps going for it. The problem is if you play the bigger teams and you say you only have 2-3 opportunities and then he's still making their misses, then what do you do then? Because you've paid a lot of money for him. Let's not deny that, right? You've paid him to score goals, and the opportunities that he's missing, you can't give me an excuse to say that he shouldn't be banging them in. If you're a clinical striker and you're someone that it's like an Aguero sort of situation where you get 2 opportunities or 1 max, and you can't get that at the back of the net. Surely that should be a worrying sign for you that the amount of opportunities that he's had, and he's missing simple. Surely you can't deny that these are simple chances for someone of supposedly his quality.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Look, it's what I keep saying. Look, everyone has the right to banter him because he's missing. Everyone has the right to say what they want. His compilation is crazy. Yes, he's missed chances he should be taking. However, look, I keep saying this and keep trying to explain it to whoever will listen. He will be fine. He's our top goal scorer. He has 8 goals in all comps. He has 4 assists in all comps. Like, if this is his production when he's playing bad, what is going to happen when he's playing well?
I don't think he's playing bad.
No. But his performance lets him down sometimes due to the chances. You know, strikers, more time, really and truly, your performance is based on the chances you get and what you take in a game. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, if your striker, Martial could have the best hold-up player in the game, but if he misses 3 big chances in a game and you lose that game, you're going to say he had a bad game. Do you get what I'm saying? So for me, the Werner thing, Werner currently is only converting 26% of his chances. So meaning when he's one-on-one, there's a 26% likelihood he's going to score, which I think is crazy. So imagine that number starts to increase. He's going to be fine. He's 24. Again, Martial is young, but Martial has 0 Premier League goals. Werner has 4. Werner has more goals than Martial, got the same as Rashford, got more than Mane, got more than Sterling. So he's got
the same as Mane and Sterling.
He's got the same as Mane, whatever. But he's got more assists than both of them, granted. So his performances are he's getting the production in terms of the numbers, the stat sheet. Now what we want to see from him is making sure that he's clinical. That's something he's not yet. Clinical is definitely the word. He's not clinical, and he needs to improve on
that. He has more chances than other people, so it doesn't matter.
And that's why I'm not worried, because the thing about Morata, Torres, Higuain, what they all have in common is they weren't even getting chances. They were not getting in the right position. Werner is getting in the right position, and he will come good. He will be fine. And the reason why, again, we can also win the league with Werner, Giroud, Tammy is because we have goal scorers from all across the pitch. You don't actually need to have a 20 goal per game striker to win the league. The Chelsea teams of old have always won the league because the whole team can score goals. And right now we have the most different goal scorers in our team, 12 different goal scorers. No other team has double digits. So we will be fine. And Werner will come good. That's my belief anyway. But you have the right to banter him, of course.
Yeah, well, Arsenal don't have fucking 12 goals, so it's difficult. So listen,
they have 12 goals.
They got
10. They've got 10.
Same as Germans. So regarding Werner, like, I'll be honest with you, I think he's going to come good as well. I don't think it's that much of an issue, but I do think, I do agree with this point. Yeah, the only reason it's not an issue is because those misses aren't costing you.
Yeah, of course.
When they start costing you, when he misses important things, then people are going to start asking questions. At the moment, you're winning games, so it's not really a problem. But that miss he did the other day, who they playing? Fulham. Like
Leeds.
Leeds. That one off the line. Wow.
Yes.
The mad thing is, it was going in as well.
That's that. If that was defending, I'd say it's world class, put it that way. But listen, let's move on to some of the games, and I want to finish on a topical thing, which is the Grealish incident. Obviously, I want to get your guys' thoughts on.
I don't. You know what? Actually, no.
Leave it to the end.
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, you don't need to comment on exactly what's happened, but in terms of the media. But yeah, so unbelievable. So let's move on to some of the other games. I don't know what's going on. Right.
That's the best thing I've seen for a long time. I'm not gonna lie.
I was like, this is horrifying. But let's look at Banty side, huge game at the bottom of the table. Arsenal beat Burnley. Arsenal need to win this if they want to stay in the league. These are the teams that they need to beat. The teams around them. Kojo, what are your thoughts, bro?
Who, Arsenal? Hey, they're gonna lose again, you know. Just so you know.
If they don't win, I'm gonna be too happy, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, I was thinking that obviously when it comes to this game, I think they can get a bounce back. But the thing about Burnley and Arsenal is when Arsenal are really desperate for a result, they tend to come against Burnley and things don't go according to plan. So I feel like it's going to be another one of those days. I feel like Chris Wood is going to absolutely bully the defenders of Arsenal Football Club. And I'm going to sit here with a nice glass of Fanta and enjoy every single moment of it. And I'm not talking about the canned Fanta that you buy in the store. I'm talking about that fresh Ghanaian Fanta that comes in the big bottle, clean. Yeah. But no, Arsenal need to bounce back because the run they're on right now is scary. Dan is laughing because he knows what I'm talking about. They're on a really bad run. Like, this is actually appalling. This is their worst start in 45 years, which is an absolute disgrace.
So it's progress, process.
Oh yeah. Exactly. Trust the process. And
Arsenal won
Arteta,
one game. They've won one game in the last 5, yo, in the league.
they're poor. They're poor.
They've actually won
And-
one game, and that was against us. That was against fuck me, man. That was against us.
There you go.
Oh,
So
God.
no, I think Arsenal either lose this game or it's a draw. I really don't see them winning. I don't know where their goals are coming from. Even against a team like Burnley, I don't know where their goals are coming from.
Yo,
So-
they need to get points here, because I was just looking at the fixtures. They got Southampton midweek, then they got Everton, Man City, obviously in the cup, Chelsea. So next 3 games are hard for them, man.
So they
to
need
get
points.
here. So if they
So
don't
I
get
think-
points here, they could be in. They could, if Sheffield United actually get some points, they could be near relegation zone for once. But
boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alex, what do you reckon? Arsenal, Burnley. In fact, did you even give a score?
No, I was going to say 1-0 Burnley.
Wow.
Oh my God, Alex, what do you reckon?
I don't see Arsenal scoring, although they have just dispatched Dundalk, so perhaps they'll have another
Oh.
Mighty Dundalk.
Oh.
4 goals. Who scored for Arsenal tonight? Does anybody know?
And yeah,
I'm going to even check now.
Willock and Balogun, so all the youngsters that won't be playing, and El
I
Neni.
think they play them, but I know they won't be.
Balogun
they
looks
might.
like a player, by the way. I'm just throwing that out there now. I like him.
Balogun's good. Balogun's good.
I like him. He's never played, but I like him. It's good. He looks like a decent talent. But yeah, Alex, what's your score prediction, man?
They don't look like scoring. It could be a 1-1. I think it's going to be a 1-1 or a 2-1 to Arsenal.
That'd be a good result. That 1-1 for Arsenal to finally got a goal. Danny, what do you reckon?
No, I'm not of the same as you, man. I think when Man United were playing West Brom, and I said you guys, like, there's no way on earth you're dropping points in this game. Like, I think it was close, but you got the job done, and the game's in the back of your head. And it's the same thing with Arsenal. Even if it is a 1-0, they only get one chance. It's a Aubameyang penalty or whatever. Like, there's no way on earth they lose this game, in my eyes anyway. Of course, if they surprise me, that's banter for me that I can go on Twitter and do. Got my drafts ready anyway. Like, the thing about Arsenal is you don't even need to watch the game, and you can join in on the banter on Twitter, and it's so funny. That's why Arsenal are such a funny team. But yeah, no, I just think there's no way they lose or drop points in that game. So I'd say it will be Arsenal 2-1 victory. Quickly though, sorry, there's a tweet that came out. United fans, how much do you trust that Indy Cayley journalist?
No.
Oh, he's not trustworthy.
I shared it just because I know he's been there for years. He's been there for years, but he's not serious, man.
He's not even remotely. I've got probably more credible source than that guy. That's like it's just, I can't believe people still believe him, man. That's mad. Yeah. I need to make one of these troll accounts for fake journalism and that. Right, Kish, I've got a feeling you're going to say something reckless. What was the score prediction, mate?
2 defensive managers fighting for their lives in relegation. This blood, sweat, and tears are going to come out of this. I think it's going to be a solid point for each team. 0-0.
You know what? I'm going to go 1-1. You know, I think to be fair to Arsenal, it'll be a good point for them. Like, you know, they'll be struggling at home. They get a goal, they get a point on the board.
Yeah, you better mock it.
Get them closer to that 40-point mark. You know, fair play. You know, you gotta beat the teams around you. So if they can nick a win, then obviously fair play to them. Right, we're gonna finish with the Crystal Palace Spurs. This is the easy game for me. Crystal Palace are winning this 110%. 2-1 Crystal Palace. Zaha bombs Spurs every single week. Audio ain't gonna be able to deal with that thing. Doherty can't defend. No one's even mentioned it. Yeah, lightweight. Zaha's gonna rip you a new one, mate. And Benteke might just get a cheeky goal as well. Yeah, Kish, what do you reckon? 2-1. I'm going 2-1 Palace.
To be honest, this is
Zaha loves playing against you.
No, this is a game because obviously we played City, Chelsea, Arsenal, and now Palace, where we have to be a bit more on the front foot. You can't imagine giving Crystal Palace 70% possession and then you know what I mean? The last 3 games, you could get away with having like 30-35% possession. But then this game where Palace are probably going to give us the ball and we're going to have to do something with it whilst they sit back, it's going to be like, what the fuck? Like, literally, Mourinho's going to be like, what do I do now? Like, it's going to be a mess. But I think for me, and he needs to play under. Ndombele has to play this game for me because we need creativity in that midfield. Having said that, I still think we'll win. But I think it'll be a very, very close game. I think 2-1 Tottenham. I want to go for this one.
I think Palace will win this one. Koji, what do you reckon?
Oh, I said one. Oh, Crystal Palace. I want to go 3-1 Spurs.
Okay, fair enough. Straight into that.
Yeah.
Alex, what are your thoughts?
1-1, I think, just because Palace absolutely battered West Brom last week.
All right, fair enough.
They'll still be in good spirit.
I mean, West Brom, man.
Yeah, I know. All I'm saying, Matt, Tottenham only beat West Brom 1-0.
Basically, so basically, what you're hoping for is that they draw, you win, so you can get closer and then hopefully take them over. That's what you're looking for.
How did you know?
I know.
I think, listen, all the shit that people said about Zaha last season, saying he's overrated and whatever, was bollocks, because the guy wanted to move desperately. It didn't happen. He was injured all the time.
He's lucky he didn't move because he was going to Arsenal.
It affected him mentally. This season, you can see that he deserves a big move, in my opinion. I feel like he deserves a second chance to show, in Europe, what he can do, because I think he can do this under the right circumstances.
Zaha versus Neymar head-to-head, who wins?
Oh, come on,
Daniel, obviously it's hard. Daniel, what's his combination?
I think Crystal Palace get a point. I think it will be like a 1-1 type game, so I'll go with 1-1. But to the Zaha point, I actually have a video coming out on him, and he is overrated. Let me tell you that for free.
Thank you.
He's overrated.
Thank you.
He's overrated.
I don't agree with that.
No, that's fair.
I think he's very good. But rubbish under Moyes, but that's only because he shagged his daughter.
He didn't even play under Moyes. He played 2 games. They sent him out on loan. He didn't even play.
That's why they sent him out on loan, isn't it?
Yeah.
He was doing things. You know what I'm saying?
Give us a little hint. Give us a little trailer. Why do you think he is overrated?
I just think for a guy where the system is based around him, one, his production in terms of his stats aren't eye-watering. Like, it's not eye-catching. He has one.
Crystal Palace.
But then it's the players around him.
The reason why you get a big move is because of the numbers you produce at a small club.
Bro, you can't look at the numbers, man.
Hazard never had massive numbers at Chelsea. You can't say to me he had a 20 goal season.
That is so different, and you should know that.
Season or the season before, I'd have got Zaha at City.
You can't just base it on numbers.
I'm not basing it on numbers.
Yeah, but take into context where
you cut me off. It wasn't just the numbers. It wasn't just the numbers. I'm saying, 1, the production isn't there. 2, for a guy where the system is centered around him, he doesn't do enough for that team. And then 3, I mean, what? Do you know what? When the video comes out, you'll see.
Man don't have a 3.
You think I don't have a 3? Dad?
Oh, he's got Benteke playing with him though. That's surely that's got
Townsend and Benteke. Townsend's fucking just about got a new hairline.
To be fair, Benteke's got more goals than Aubameyang in the Premier League, so that'll do.
Yeah, and the Martial as well.
So what? Would you pay 80 mil?
There's levels in it. There's levels around this. You know what I mean?
Would you pay the
elite level Benteke? Aubameyang's right on that level.
Would you pay the 60 to 80 odd mil you would need to get Zaha?
What, 60 to 80 mil right now?
Yeah, to get Zaha.
He won't fit in our team at the moment.
No. In general, do you think he's worth that?
Do you think he's
worth
it?
40 mil max right now because of COVID,
in the current market, would you say 60 mil for 28? I don't know. I personally,
28-year-olds.
I don't know. He's
worth 50 max for me personally.
Yeah, I'd say 50. I won't say 60 to 80, but I'd say 50 mil.
30.
Yeah, but this day and age.
Yeah, but you got to base it on values of other players. Do you know what I mean? If like my player's worth 90 million, you know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Yeah, and obviously if Kepa's worth 72 mil, then come on, man. There's levels.
To be fair, Kepa's playing the market, the shit fucker. If he's worth 72.
She should just angry Daniel Levy don't pay that kind of value.
He got the wallet.
It goes to Levy's pockets. But listen, I just want to finish on the media topic and the media frenzy. You know, listen, I'm not gonna comment exactly on what Grealish has done, but Grealish again has broken the COVID rules. What an absolute shock! Greenwood broke the rules once. Grealish has broken them 3 times. Surprisingly, Kojo, Greenwood got more shit over Grealish. What a shock! You know, listen, let's be real in it. The media bias in this country, as you would say, absolute stinks. Like,
it's stinky.
It's an
so
absolute
stinky.
disgrace, isn't it?
It is. First of all, I didn't know Grealish was into chocolate, but it is what it is. Yeah, it does stink. It does. It does stink. Yeah, we all know if it was certain other players, we all know what the result would have been straight up. But Grealish, I think Grealish gets away with this kind of thing because Grealish has that sort of they're giving him that sort of character. Like he's a bit of a playboy. I think they're giving him because he has that kind of look. He's a bad boy. They want another reborn David Beckham.
Have you seen that video on Rihanna? Have you seen that video where he talks about
Yeah,
Rihanna?
what is it about that video?
Yeah, see. So you know,
He's a bad boy.
he is a bad boy. But you know what? Shout him out for trying chocolate. Chocolate's good, and also. You know what? To be honest, he did his thing, didn't it? What do you want to say? What do you want to say?
I personally think he should get a couple of games banned because this is like the third time he's broken.
Come on, man.
Man said a couple of games banned.
Some people do the knee in support. Other people do, other things for that movement. You know what I mean?
No. He needs to be banned for a couple of games. I just don't accept. He's not setting a good example. He's if you got a haircut, then it's even worse than it or his dance. But he's not setting a great example, is he, Alex? The little ones like you and it breaking you.
No, exactly. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't keeping up to date with what had happened, but thanks to Kojo, he's updated me very nicely. He went to a supermarket and bought some lovely chocolate. Thank you. I mean, it's not right, is it? But the media allow it. I don't know. I'm not really one to comment on it, to be honest, because obviously.
Right, okay, listen, let's just finish it there, because listen, no one's really got an opinion. For me personally, I'll tell you my opinion, because I have got an opinion. I don't care what he's done, but I think it's a fucking joke. The fact that he's getting away with breaking curfew 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, crashed his car, was drunk. Literally, no one mentioned in the newspaper. One headline: Greenwood broke curfew one time. His mate committed suicide, and there was a complete witch hunt on Greenwood for about how many weeks? 3, 4 weeks. Ali's, all these fake lies about Greenwood. He's not coming to training. He's got XYZ problem. People can laugh about what Grealish has done because obviously we're lads and stuff. But the bigger picture is if he was black, they'd be fucking killing him. It's as simple as that. And Greenwood got killed for apparently not turning up to training, which wasn't even true. The guy's mate just committed suicide. The guy was off on compassionate leave, and the media twisted it. So for me personally, although I like Grealish, obviously Jack the lad and whatnot, I think it's an absolute fucking joke the way he's getting away with it. At the end of the day, if that's Sterling, if that's Rashford, that's Pogba. Pogba gets a haircut and people are killing him in the media. Pogba dances at his brother's wedding, people are killing him. This guy's broken curfew 3, 4, 5 times. Maguire fought cops in Greece. Nobody's mentioned it.
But do you know what it is, Usmaan? Do you know what it is, also? I've got a big opinion on this, right? Listen, the articles like the Sun, Guardian, Daily Mail, however you want to name it, right? The journalists are tasked to have a media story that will disrupt, and that will create a divide in opinion, and it will create attention, right? And whether you like it or not, and I don't agree with it at all, but a black player getting criticized for whatever reason or for whatever purpose, whether it's right or wrong, will regardless create a huge media frenzy, right?
That's the problem, though, because
it's irrelevant. But what I'm saying is, it's one of those unfortunate situations where a journalist's job is to try and make as much attraction, as much kind of engagement, as much kind of engagement as possible, which is what he or she would be doing by doing that. I don't agree with it at all. I'm not saying I do at all. But what I'm saying is they're doing it on purpose in a way. I feel like they are doing it on purpose, because it is the fact that me and you are debating it right now, and the fact that all of us are debating it, they're getting what, do you know what I mean? They're getting what they've been paid to do, pretty much, which is to create a frenzy and create a
but it's not. They're not doing that.
No, that's not.
They're spreading hate. It's
100%.
It's subconscious bias. And it's systemic racism. That's what it is.
And
as soon as a black man does something, they'll have about 5, 6, 7 articles on it. When Maguire's fighting police officers, there was one article on it. And like interview and everything, right? Greenwood, they were trying to end Greenwood's career. He's 18 years old.
That's what I mean.
One mistake.
Media outlets don't care. That's what I'm saying.
Got mentioned.
But that's what I'm saying. The media outlets don't care about the actual players and the human beings. They care about copies that they sell. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the problem, though. That's the
Back to
problem.
Sterling as well.
That's
like
the problem.
Sterling got absolutely roasted every time he did a little thing, like get a tattoo or go to the shops or buy a house. People just didn't like it.
And let's not forget, Grealish is the captain of Aston Villa. He's not a normal player. He's not Greenwood, a youngster coming through the ranks. Grealish is the captain. He's the captain. He broke curfew going to a party, crashed his car. He's done so many things. Look, I'm not a fan of bashing players, but criticize players when they should be criticized. Let the criticism be the same and consistent throughout the league, through all the players that are going through it, and tell the real story. Don't tell half the story and then twist the rest of the story to suit your agenda. Like, I hate that so much. Tell the full story, and that is the problem with the whole media. And like, it's just,
to be honest, I don't even care about Grealish. He's for me, he's just a pawn like in this story, because I couldn't care less about the fact that I'm not having to go at him at all. I couldn't give a shit which player it was. If it was a Man United player like fucking, I don't know, Matic or something, I'd be having a go at him as well. I've got nothing personal against Grealish. Sorry, it's just the fact that basically he's white and Green was black. So to cut a long story short, there's one person who's going to get targeted more than the other, and there's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 stories about Greenwood, and obviously Grealish is going to get away with it.
You've got to think about You've also got to think about who these newspapers are being sold to. Now, I don't know many. I could be wrong, but I don't know many black friends that read the Daily Mail or the Sunday Mirror and those sorts of newspapers. They just don't read them because they know what the sort of information is going to be in it. It's going to be biased content against, like, I don't know.
You'll see it anyway. You don't need to buy the Daily Mail or the Sun or whatever. You'll see it on Twitter. Like,
it's true.
Yeah. But it's because these corporations are like conservative papers, so they're actually run by Tories, and they're sold to the 50-year-old white British male, the classic British male stereotype and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. I mean, it's a tough pill to swallow in terms of being a black man myself and knowing what goes on. And if we do want to be serious about it, it's gonna take a long time to like weed out all the issues in football. But for example, like I was saying on another podcast, the PSG Istanbul game, that's the first sign of progress, isn't it? Like two teams, United walking off the pitch and not playing. I mean, look, that's like 1% of where we're trying to get to when it comes to these problems being an issue on the football pitch, but it's progress all the same, because I don't think that happens without all the things that have happened previously with the BLM movement and everything.
Would you say, Daniel, for Kojo and Daniel, would you say that obviously with the pandemic and everything, but would you say 2020 in terms of actual racial movement as a whole, that this has been the biggest year in like history, would you say, in recent history? Do you know what I mean? In terms of actual progress and actual movement where
there's not been any progress.
Do you know what I mean? I was thinking it's been a powerful year in that way.
It's been loud, but there's not been
effective
progress. Yeah, like we're fighting harder, of course, but in the overall picture of if anything has actually happened, zero.
Yeah. And shall I tell you why it even worked? Yeah, exactly.
People are still taking the knee every week, but like I feel like the message has been lost about what they want to achieve, because they haven't hit the highest people about the change. The highest people are just watching on and going, "Oh, that's lovely." Look at
what the FA and Kick It Out responded to the Anton Ferdinand documentary. Like they came out and were like, "Oh, nothing's wrong, this and that." When Carlton Cole did the interview with Stoppage Time guys, John Terry released a statement saying, "I'm not racist, don't want to uncover something." Anton Ferdinand even wanted to have a discussion with John Terry. John Terry said, "I don't want to open up something that we've closed so many years ago." So it's like, cool, fair enough. Lockdown has allowed people to listen and has given people time to listen, but whether or not we'll see the actual change is yet to be seen. Because UEFA, think about it. What are UEFA going to do? It's going to be a slap on the wrist, £50,000, unconscious bias training, and then he'll be back. Of course.
Listen, fan, what were your thoughts on that then for Terry? Like when that actually happened,
I say it all the time. Look, I am Terry the player, fantastic, but Terry the person, I'll tell him to his face, I don't rate you as a person, 100%. Because I was even like, I even said, when the Millwall thing happened, trust me, between me and you, I was even nervous for our fans. I didn't know what was going to happen when we went to go play, who was it, Leeds, when we were going to have our fans for Leeds, because obviously everyone knows the Exactly. The people in Chelsea, there are a lot of Chelsea fans who are racist. Of course, it's still there. When we go to the stadium, you can see the people. Obviously, I don't want to speculate or anything like that. But however, in our heart of hearts, we can see the people who don't really feel comfortable with black guys around there. So it's life. It's just what you got to do, innit?
Like Kish, like even United, I've been to a couple of games in the last couple of years, and I tell you right now, anytime Pogba's made a mistake, the words I hear, I don't even want to repeat it. I don't even want to repeat on here. Like the words, I don't want to say it. And I look around, even I can hear it from down there. And reality is, the way I've been brought up, if it's here, if it's right next to me, I switch. But I can't climb up over fans to go and bang someone up there, innit? So I look up to see if anyone's going to respond. Everyone's there like, I'm like, you see, even here, your own player, you can't get. And in 2018, I don't know if you guys saw it, there was a report by Sky Sports. United had the most racist, most arrests about racial abuse. Like, bruv, listen, it happens everywhere, but nothing's changed. There's no. They keep saying
when me and Usmaan went to Italy earlier this year, we went to see AC Milan play Verona. I think Kessie, you know the guy who plays face.
You even went to that game? No way.
We went to Milan. I just clocked.
AC Milan Verona.
No, it was my birthday, innit? Listen to this, right? So I've been to watch Barcelona play there when MSN was a thing. So I seen they won 6-0 as well, yo. 6-0. But anyways, so I was like, listen, I need to watch Zlatan, innit? Obviously, I've seen him at Man United, innit? But I love this man. So I had to go watch Zlatan. So we get to the stage where Team Goose comes out. Zlatan's not playing, he's ill. I got a look on my face, but I was being Keisha. I was like, you mother. We got all this way for Zlatan. So we watched some random ballers for AC Milan. Fuck you, they lost as well, did they? Did they not lose?
No, it was 1-1. It was 1.
Bro, I don't even know what was happening in that game, but all I know, everyone's smoking cigars in the stands.
Yeah.
Bro,
Kessie getting called the N-word for the whole game. Every time we lost the ball, every time we missed pass. And it just makes you think, you know, it's got to the stage where it can't be a culture thing anymore. Do you know what I mean? You can't, that's not an excuse.
Well, it happened in Balotelli as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't say, oh, it's part of the culture. No. That shouldn't be part
same
of
with
it.
Cavani, though. Look, same
Just,
with Cavani.
this is the thing. So when you go to Argentina and you go to a football game, the same thing is heard.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I agree with Kish, it can't be a culture thing anymore. It's just because they don't have the same education we have here.
And that's the key, though.
Yeah.
Gary Neville said it. Gary Neville said when these guys come over, they should be trained and they should be. Look, I don't even care.
One of the first things.
Exactly, that Romanian guy. Look, maybe he isn't racist. However, as a UEFA official, the fact that he doesn't recognize that's not a word that should be said in a professional environment shows that people don't care. People aren't addressing the issue properly.
But that's
a problem.
And this is obviously I know we've I want to finish on this topic anyways. We will finish on a positive, don't worry. But just coming back to the sort of taking the knee, and me and Bob's did a podcast not so long ago on racism in football, and I said it then, this was about 3 weeks ago, that is the most token gesture I've ever seen in my entire life. The first 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be honest with you, it moved me because obviously, you know, the power behind in the 70s, it was iconic. You know, it was iconic that, you know, the Black Power salute and stuff for what it was in the 70s. Of course it was such an important time in history, but do people even understand what taking a knee means? Like, has anyone been educated? For example, I was just thinking about this the other day, right? No, the commentators, right? The commentators can spend maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute, when they're taking the knee, because obviously it's not minute silence, so they can't talk, explaining why they're doing it. I'm not saying do it every single game, but coming up with different reasons to why they're doing it. It would be so powerful. Like, there's people watching it. Imagine there's like, I don't know, let's just say 18-year-old watching that, they're not going to know what taking the knee means. If they spend time, like, even people say, they've got Google, they should do the research. They're not going to do the this is from the 70s. It was made it was iconic from the 70s when it first obviously started. Then through it, Muhammad Ali and all these people carried it on through the times. Obviously, you see in NBA, obviously their players in NFL and that got banned for taking the knee, against Trump and whatnot. But the thing is, they haven't educated people. It's all well and good, all these players taking the knee, but then what's the point if they don't understand the purpose behind it? There's no power to something. If there's no meaning behind something, it's no power. It's like when, and I said this to my sister. My sister's a key worker, right? When they were doing the clapping for the NHS, the first two weeks, it was really good. I was like, okay, this is beautiful, it's showing appreciation. The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh week, it's like you're taking the piss now, innit? Why are we even clapping for the NHS? They don't mean shit. They're not going to get paid, right? Yeah, exactly. So it's taking the knee, like the players are doing it subconsciously. They're probably not even thinking about what they're doing. Do you get what I'm saying? The first couple of times that they did it, they would have felt the meaning behind it. The third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth time, the players are just looking around. Yeah. Okay, granted, the Millwall fans are booed him now. Okay, so it has more importance again now because obviously of what's happened with the Millwall fans and with the Istanbul situation with PSG and Istanbul doing it together. Of course, that's powerful, but there's still no, like, again, what's to say a commentator started, they're taking a knee because X, Y, Z to, like, do you know what I mean? Just have a positive message at the start of the game. 1 minute of commentary is not going to kill anyone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing going along with it. Education is the only thing. You can teach a man to fish. Obviously, he can, learn to fish for the rest of his life. But if you give him a rod and say, oh, here you go, there's a fish, there's one fish for you, it's not going to make a difference. The next 3 times when you're not there, he ain't got a clue what he's doing because you've done it for him. So you got to teach people, man. That's what it comes down to, education. The Cavani thing, I'm massively disappointed didn't get banned. I love Cavani. I'm obviously a Man United fan. But the fact that he's not got a retrospective ban for that,
I can't believe it, man. Because Bernardo Silva got a ban for
it. Bernardo Silva deserves it. There's a difference.
That's crazy. This is the thing.
Cavani didn't get a ban.
Very inconsistent.
I'm a Man United fan saying this who likes Cavani a lot. How did he not get 1 match ban for that?
It's a joke, man.
But bro, do you not remember Nicholas Bentner got a bigger fine than John Terry?
For gambling, for the gambling thing.
Bro, he had Paddy Power on his boxer shorts, on his boxers, as in he was running after he scored, and it just accidentally popped out, and they said, "No, you can't do that." But so you got a small first fight for that, bro. Listen, it's a joke thing, so that's what. Anyway,
right? Okay, I'm gonna finish on a positive. Obviously, like I said, listen, I've never been a fan of PSG really because they're Oil FC. However, I'm going to say this right here and right now. I wish to go and win the competition because the way they dealt with that situation, right, was absolutely commendable. I know Istanbul obviously were massively integral to that. Of course, Demba Ba in particular.
No, Tuchel, man. Tuchel's a pagan.
Oh, yeah,
a pagan, man.
You know what? I can't want PSG to be back like that. Right. Sorry,
he's a pagan.
I take that back. How can I forget? This is defending the 4th official.
Bro.
But I've got to give a special shout out to Mbappe. I'm sure you've seen the clips of Mbappe saying, I'm not playing unless this guy's not, I'm not playing with that guy, basically, obviously going to the 4th official. And Mbappe and Neymar were not having it. So fair play to them too. People must say, oh, what about the rest of the players? But it doesn't matter about Herrera not playing because who gives a fucking shit if Herrera's on the pitch or Paredes or not taking shots. But they're irrelevant, isn't it? Mbappe and Neymar are the ones that little kids are going to look up to and say, fair enough, these are outstanding for it. I'm not going to stand for it. They're role models. People look at them. So it was good to see that. And yeah, actually, you remind me, PSG can fuck off. Tuchel out, prick, rat, snake.
Yeah, he's
anyways, finish on a positive. It is what it is. Shout out to obviously PSG and Istanbul, man, that 4th official. As Bobs would say.
Hold on, no, Usman. The positive, the question. Kojo and Usman. If United get drawn with a Greek team, is Maguire allowed to go?
No.
Olympiacos, give us Olympiacos. Bro, you mentioned Maguire. No, that third goal, because have you not seen that?
The defending between Maguire and Gea. Maguire.
I watched it back about 5 times, and every time I'm like, how? Like, you guys are how? Like, De Gea either save it or Maguire kick you out. What if you make your mind up? But listen, that is a positive. Hopefully we get a Greek team. I don't know many that's in. I know obviously Olympiacos are still there. Obviously Arsenal do not want them because of the nightmares from last season. But it is what it is. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe to the channel. The links to the boys will be down below. We'll be back tomorrow with the Manchester derby where we'll go into actual detail and not discuss Neymar if he's world class or not. Anyways, be your host, man. Peace.